Hello, I'm Louise Harnby. Thank you for joining me. In this episode, I'm reading a couple of chapters from my book, Editing Fiction at Sentence Level. What this book isn't. This book isn't a set of rules according to which I'll implore you to write like this or like that. Instead, I've put together guidance about how to hone line craft. The advice is based on my editorial training and knowledge, my short story writing experience, and my reading of commercial fiction. I'm a prolific fiction reader, and many of the examples of good practice have been taken from novels lifted from my bookshelves. Writing and editing and reading have taught me this one truth: there's no right or wrong way when it comes to telling a story. I'd much rather you viewed this book as a celebration of the sentence in fiction. When we understand the myriad ways in which line structure, punctuation and grammar affect a reader's experience, the decisions about what to leave in and what to edit out are informed and purposeful, and that helps us self-edit with confidence. Confident line writing might result in a narrative that's at times shown and at times told. Every single adverb won't be banished. Every instance of tentative language won't be at the mercy of the delete button. Every sentence won't have the same number of words in it, contain a pronoun, or take a serial comma. Every thought won't end up in italic, and every stutter in dialogue won't be denoted only with hyphens. Fiction is about flow, rhythm, mood, voice, and style, but mostly it's about story. When writers self-edit at line level with confidence, story is elevated and enhanced by the sentence, not buried beneath it. Here's a quote from Harlan Coben speaking at the Centre for Fiction Masterclass in 2012. I always quote Elmore Leonard, one of his rules, because my first rule is the greatest quote ever in the history of writing. Try to cut out all the parts you'd normally skip. Every word, every paragraph, every sentence. You have to ask, is this compelling? Is this gripping? Is this moving the story forward? And if it's not, you've got to get rid of it. Doesn't mean you can't have large themes and change the world and all that, but every single thing, every description, every piece of study has to be compelling. Learning how to edit fiction at sentence level will help you in that endeavour. What's different about fiction editing? Fiction editing, like fiction writing, is as emotional as it is technical. The technical element comes into play when we check grammar, spelling, punctuation, consistency, layout, page and chapter sequencing, and standard document formatting. The emotion takes to the stage when we consider line by line, author style, character voice, authenticity of phrasing and word choice, dialogue expression, effectiveness of sentence level narration, and the pace and flow. Whether we are editing for someone else or for ourselves, first we need to celebrate. A story has been told on the page, and though there may be work to do, there will be wonder in front of our noses. Most writers infuse their books with their own experiences. When those experiences concern matters of love, grief, sex or despair, the process of writing and of being edited takes on a whole new level of intimacy. And we must accept that fiction editing is subjective. Put 10 fiction editors or authors in a room, ask them to work on the same 2,000 words, and you'll get 10 different samples. It's not that the rules of grammar, spelling and punctuation don't apply. It's not even that they apply less rigidly. It's rather that they apply differently. Just a single change to a punctuation mark can affect tension, pace and mood. One of my regular authors has a mantra: keep it lean and mean. He's a crime writer. It's high-octane stuff. Low on adverbs, low on conjunctions, short, choppy sentences. The protagonist looks over his shoulder a lot, and if the punctuation is sympathetic, the reader looks with him. Compare this with a love story, a woman's search for her exiled family. The tale is one of heartbreak, abandonment, reconciliation, and redemption. The author's style is more fluid, prosaic. The protagonist isn't looking over her shoulder, but searching her soul. Every edit needs to reflect this. Editing therefore requires us to respond emotionally, empathetically. We must be moved so that we can feel our way through the words and into the characters and the world they inhabit. If we don't, the edit could be impaired. So-called rules might need to take a back seat. Eradicating every adverb or adverbial phrase from a book does not make a great story. The same applies to filter words and incomplete sentences. Fiction editing requires a mindfulness that moves beyond the style guide and asks, what is the story's intention, and is it clear to the reader? If a filter word, adverb, or truncated sentence improves the prose, there is no reason why it should be removed or changed. Prepping for sentence-level fiction editing. Sentence-level fiction editing comes after story-level editing. Think of it like a Sunday roast. If you start cooking the carrots at the same time as the meat, you'll end up with a tender joint and a pile of orange mush. or sweet veg and something that belongs in a field, not on your plate. The editing process is not so different. There are lots of things to do, but the order and the timing of each stage is critical. That means the structural elements of a book should be in tip-top condition: plot, characterization, pace, narrative viewpoint. The line editing, copy editing and proofreading stages are not where you should be uncovering a major hole in the storyline that causes your reader to give up on you. Perfect punctuation never trumps plot, but readers will forgive the odd typo if the plot is gripping. Summing up, pedantry and prescriptivism have no place in the fiction editing process. That doesn't mean the devil isn't in the detail. Sentence-level editing is micro work. Paragraph by paragraph, line by line, word by word, we seek to ensure that readers will want to turn the page and stay with the story. That's the end of this reading. I hope you'll think about joining me for the rest of the book. It's available as a PDF direct from me and in Kindle and print on Amazon. Bye for now.